Let me be clear. This is a tax bill, and in a tax bill, you don't make appropriations. The issues that you're raising are appropriations issues, and
we're putting the priority on association of wineries and hay storage facilities. When if we didn't have this amendment, then that could go towards education. Is that correct?
If it was appropriated to the general fund, it could go for any purpose. It was appropriated to the education fund, it would go to education.
What is the impact on this bill if this committee adopts an amendment to take the tax off baby formula?
And I would need to ask the staff attorney.
Well, I wish we could ask the staff attorneys, because I'd like to know what the impact is, because I've asked the sponsor and I've asked some others what the impact is of taking the tax off food that working families have to buy for their children when you take a tax and increase whatever the tax is.
The funding board meets, I guess, the first week in May, and we haven't even had their input yet. So as far as I'm concerned, we don't have enough information. So what I'd like to do is make a motion to roll the bill until after the funding board has met. I believe they meet on May 7th, and roll it to May 8th, which would be the day after. And then we could see right where we are. And we could really see whether we actually need a tax increase on any commodity. I make that motion, Mr. Chairman.
I came here in 2000, and some of the same people now that are squalling about this cigarette tax were the ones who were breaking windows out of the Capitol, running around the courthouse, Capitol, blowing their horn and going on.
I have an amount that I'm going to get that could choose to be offended if I wasn't offended about so many other things. But I'm going to get, Carroll County is going to get of this 0.00078 of 1% growth money. Let's see, tenths, hundreds, thousands. I'm not sure what comes after thousands. Maybe if more people smoked, I could have gotten a better education and would have known what 0.00078 of a percent is. And I'm 1% of the House.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me just say before Dr. Hopper leaves them, Mike, Dr. Hopper, we don't owe Representative Dunn anything. Let him get that information himself. I represent Hardeman County. If he wants to know, let him get it from his own county. We're not going to furnish him anything because we don't.
Just a quick question: if with this funding source, we're actually funding education last in the budget. We're not putting education first. We're not putting children first. We're not taking the first money out of the budget and putting it toward these new educational programs and new educational opportunities.
And what that amendment does is lowering this tax from 40 cents down to 20 cents per pack. And that gets us more back in the average of the Southeast, a little bit above.
Again, if we need to take a recess and play the tape back, I clearly said this is an oral amendment. Let's just take a recess and replay the tape. And if I'm wrong, I'll stand corrected. If I'm right, let's put it up on the board, track it across the board, and we'll see what I said.
Mr. Chairman, you have a previous question that has prevailed.
Right.
Your next step is to vote on the bill.
Right. Cut off all debate except.
And he's already said
we're voting on the bill.